office hours episode. Let's fix that. 327. That was always 327. I'm your host, Cameron. I'm with Tanya and Alexandria today. If this is your first time tuning in, we do this 6 times per week where you can bring your bubble questions, your bugs, and your feature requests in, and we're here to help you out. We can't promise answers, but we do guarantee you at least will not be suffering alone. Alexandria, you are here with us today. We were looking at a filtering issue yesterday where we're just trying to filter something, and if, well, there's no results, we show something else, change the filter, have it display better, more information, so on and so on. Do you want to share your screen and show Tanya what issue we're currently facing so we can just sort of like all brainstorm together?
Okay, so the challenge we're having is here's the, I'll just preview it now. Here's the search options and it's filtered here. The thing is, when one of these filter options, so we'll go with the bug one first. So we had a bug, oh, do not delete that. We had a bug with this one that we were able to do a workaround. The thing is now it needs to have, it was asking for a default value. So we put like just a random default value. The challenge is, and this was something that we were playing with yesterday, there are hotels in this destination within like all of this range, like everything else is open, but because this is default value, it's not pulling anything. But there's no way to, maybe we just need to change the filter, maybe to a slider as well. Because, and I don't know, Cameron, you can probably explain the bug a little bit better of what was happening and why we had to do the default value. But the challenge is we're having that. I want it where if there is not something of one of these filters of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm gonna delete that one, that it still shows other options, or we have that, you know, pop up is what we were playing with of, you know, show me alternate options, and then it would reset the filters. The thing is, it's not working because of this, because it has to have a default value. If not, it kept on giving an error and wouldn't actually let us launch.
Okay. Can we make the default value, like set it as, we can make the default value a dynamic value. So let's, are these room block sizes saved as ranges on the hotel?
Those are room block sizes saved as option sets. So all room.
Right. I know, but I mean can you go into the repeating group of the hotels and go into the filters and show me which filter that is, the room block size filter.
Drop down total hotel rooms, drop down's value is
max men. Okay.
It should be range, or is that not?
Nope, that's fine, because that's working, right? We're looking for total hotel rooms is greater than or equal to the drop down values min. Yeah, no, that works. So then what we want to do is we want to set that default value to so we want to choose the range that matches the maximum, right? So
okay.
So we want to change that dynamic thing to be the default value would be do a search for
351. Where did it go? I just saw it there.
So actually, I don't. Well, but that means it has to be.
Oh, it's still a range. Yeah, there's no max. Well, and maybe Cameron, can you?
No. You're not understanding what I'm trying to convey. Just clear that out. Clear out that default value, and just delete it all. Okay. Now go to the repeating group. Filtered, and then and then copy that expression. The data source expression.
The search for hotels filtered.
the search for hotels on the data source for the repeating group.
Yep.
Copy that expression. Now go back into the room block size, into that drop down. And I want you to paste that in the default value. And I want you to click in filtered, delete the total hotel rooms greater than and less than. And then I want you to click more, or let's, you're sorting by the sort by right now, but let's sort instead by the total hotel rooms, I guess. And then descending, yes. And then let's do a range that contains, so the filtered one, and then say first items, total hotel rooms. So we're trying to compare this to the option sets, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So so we're probably going to want to set that. Let me think. All right, delete that last part from the first items part and instead go into the filtered.
Oh, in here.
Mm-hmm. And
Do I need to
then,
delete these, or is that okay?
no, do one more. There, just go ahead and click there and do advanced. How do you compare that? Because we want to find the option set, but this is going to be circular anyway, because we're already in these option sets. So we're looking for interesting. So you have a total room count, and then you have the option set, but you don't save the option set on the hotel.
I
right?
am now. Once I created the option set, now it's saved into the hotel.
Oh, okay, easy peasy. Then delete that advanced search thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then go to click more on the red, and whichever one is the option set.
I don't remember. Total rooms, I think. Nope. Room count. Oh, it's not showing up though. Room count is the, oh, but maybe it's not first item. Maybe it's just room count. Nope.
Filtered, oh yeah, so first item. So first item's room count.
Thing is, it's not showing up the option set. And I know it's room count because it's up here.
Can you go to your data?
Well, but go to your data because it'll be stored as whatever you named it on the hotel.
Oh, on the hotel. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's the room inventory I had seen. But
Oh, maybe it isn't linked to hotel yet. Let's see. Here's the option.
Yeah, we can fix that though.
Yeah, room count. And I have to add hotel into here. All right.
No,
Nope.
I don't. No, cancel that. You want to put it on the data type. You just want to assign a room count field on the hotel. of type room count. Okay, and then now in your design there, you say first item is room count. And then min rooms range. And then the same thing. You have to do the whole search thing again.
Okay. Search. So, that needs to be filtered as well, or can I just do first item?
We need to be the same filter.
There you go. Oh, it didn't like it.
Yeah, no, it's because I didn't filter.
It's looking for a room count, so I don't understand why it didn't resolve when you said
No,
room
but
count.
I didn't do, so I needed to.
Actually, if you just delete everything to past room count, I don't think we need anything else. So first item's room count should work. Just click delete one more time. And then click out of it. Nope, just, yeah, there you go. That'll work. That at least will pull up something on the default, right? I hope. That'll work. Famous
Let's test
last
that.
words.
Let's yeah, right. Let's see if this does work.
Yeah, but then it does allow me to do that, which is what the challenge was. So it's not actually pulling a default.
Your screen is frozen for me.
Oh,
It's not for me, I can see it.
Oh, lucky you. Oh, there we go. Okay.
yeah. So it's not having the default. So it does.
So it's just showing the default that. So refresh the page.
Yeah, so it doesn't have a default showing, which is fine. And then they choose it. And
That's just showing the ones with the maximum room block size.
yeah, I think there's only 2 in the system in Bali right now, because these are just the beta. Yeah, we have like, although I think there are, so I think it still is hiding certain of the, so the other thing is, well, I just decided I'm going to delete star rating. We wanted like it to have things ideally that are close to what we're searching for. Like when you search on booking.com and these other sites, it's like, okay, so maybe there isn't any within that range in Bali, but here is something that's a little outside of the range, right? So like, let's say I'm saying the range is 20, let's say the range I want is like 60 to 70. So then I want it to be able to pull, like, you know, there are no options, search for similar hotels so that it keeps certain of the filters. But is there a way for it to know, like, okay, this filter, all the other ones have like a count of at least 1. And then when 1 is 0, it refreshes that filter so that like most of the filters are still there, except for the one that's actually making none show up. Does that make sense?
I hear what you're saying. Like I get, you're saying, hey, if they pull up, if they're getting no results, then
Reset the filter that's empty.
reset the filter that's causing the issue. But they're all working together to cause the issue. That's the problem.
But there
So
isn't,
like
if the count, like if the repeating groups count is on like minimum rooms filter is, you know, 0, you know, when when button is clicked, refresh that filter specifically, or we can't like,
but there's no, but all of the filters are working together to create the count of 0. So it's not like you can pinpoint one specifically that is causing it to go to 0.
okay.
Like, so, but what we can do is you could show dynamically, depending on like whichever location they've chosen, like that can be like your primary filter is the location, and then all of the rest of the filters are secondary, and you can give them hints on the page as to like what the ranges are. So underneath room block size, you can show all of the hotels in Bali. Like the minimum rooms is 1 and the maximum rooms. So show the total hotel rooms of the hotel that has the most rooms.
And where
So
would
that they
that
can,
be
so like
displayed?
right underneath the drop down, you can say 1 to 536, right? Like you could
Oh,
just
okay.
dynamically populate so they know what their options are.
Okay, how would I do that?
Or we could dynamically populate if you go to the drop down, we can only show them options that the values will fit into, because we can take out the default value and you can say that, like, if you take the filtered part out,
Mhm.
so the filtered, and then like almost delete everything else. Sorry, I meant just the different filters on there. And then just have the filter for the chosen location.
Oh, okay. And then
Well, so I was just going to put in there, I'm thinking, like, how can we not show options that are not available? But it'll be 1 through the option set that contains the total hotel rooms for that hotel. So then what we want to do is go into that search again for the hotels. And we want to do, so you have it by the location, and then let's take the first items out. So click where it says first item, and we'll do filtered. And then add a new constraint. It'll be advanced. And then it'll be, I see. We actually want to do a search for the room count. So clear out the default value. Sorry, I'm thinking through this on the fly. So click there and say get an option. Scroll down, get an option. The option set will be the room count. Then it's going to be all options. And then we're going to filter this and say filtered where advanced. And now do a search in the constraint.
Oh,
nope,
okay.
Sorry. In the constraint, you're going to do a search for hotels filtered by the location. And then close, go back into the filtered though.
Oh no.
No.
I hate when it does that.
No, just copy, just right now, just right click and copy the all room count, the default value, what you have in there, right click and copy that expression, and then refresh your page.
I don't know why my Wi-Fi isn't going out. Oy. Again, sweet time. It hasn't had coffee either. Yeah, because it was weird. The bug was that we it would make me have to have a default value, even though, and it was saying that the default value had to be, what was it, Cameron? Text, I think.
Yeah, the bug was just weird. It was asking us to enter in a default value, but when you clicked on it, it wouldn't actually let you add anything. It showed just the visuals were bugged, where it was only a pixel wide by a pixel tall, and you couldn't do anything. So you had to switch it back to static choices for then you to be able to enter a dynamic value. You would then enter the dynamic value and then switch it back from static choices to dynamic choices. And then you would have to re-enter the default value, because then it would let you. It was, oh my God, dude. It was weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was very weird. You'll be able to see it on the office hours. It was recorded.
Okay. I believe you. Bubbles can be crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, is it me? And he's like, no, it's a bug. I'm like, thank goodness. Because it wouldn't let
Oh my
me.
gosh.
It was an issue
Not
and it kept saying,
reloading.
you need to
Maybe try a hard refresh.
Okay. I think it might be my Wi-Fi. No.
Well, I can pull it up.
Okay.
Hang on. I'll just pull it up. I'll share my screen. We'll find it. Let's see here. Oh, this lag in loading all of the apps.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's only recently just started though, like this last week.
I
and they did that
know.
one
I
update.
don't understand. It's like, I mean, it's always been laggy because of the extended scroll. I hate that part. And that I can't just search for an app that I'm looking for. Okay, so which page are we in?
Fixed hotel search.
Okay. And then in here. Okay, all room count, all options filtered by, do a search for hotels where the location.
Edition location is equal to region. If you type it in, region toggle filters, click display.
Wait, region.
Yeah.
Toggle filters.
Yeah.
Filter A.
Yep. Clicked.
Okay. Display. Okay. And then I'm going to close this and I'm going to say search for hotels where each item's room count. Search for hotels, each item's room, total hotel rooms. There you go. Total hotel rooms. And I want to sort by actually, I should have just done it here.
Option if I
Sort by
didn't
total
option
hotel rooms. What was that?
I said, would it be an easier option if I didn't do it by an option set?
No.
Okay.
First item. First items. Room count. That's what we want, right? All right. So hang on. I want in this. So I'm searching for hotels. I'm searching for the one with the largest number of hotel rooms. And I'm searching and I'm finding that one's room count. And I'm putting that as the default value. And then we want to put display. Default. Nope, it already has display. So why wasn't it showing when it was loading before? Because it was showing empty, right? Because when I preview this, it was on yours, it was showing as empty.
Do we have a conditional on there? I think we may have a conditional on there that's overriding it.
Oh, maybe it can't be empty. Maybe input shouldn't be empty.
No, no conditional on it.
No, but
conditional.
we had, if you put in appearance, the can't
we-
be
Can
empty.
you go back to the logic there? Because we're searching for an option set, right? And we're searching.
Oh, but that's right. But what we haven't entered room count yet. And like, because none of our hotels have a room count right now. So, because we haven't updated the database to have a room count. So if we go to room count here, the displays are here. So if I go into the app data and I'm looking for hotels, do you have all hotels modified?
All hotels, just all hotels.
Okay, because I'm going to modify it because I'm going to add a constraint where the addition location equals Bali. Is that right?
But that will
Wouldn't it?
constrain all of them, right?
Huh? That will what?
Why is that constraint? Oh, for view for you. Yeah.
So is it
Later after.
capitalized, I'm guessing? Bali, like that?
Mhm.
Okay, so we've got two. I'm going to come in here and it has a total room number of 55. And so the room count, wherever that is, should be
46 to 60.
okay. This one has 20, so it's room count. I
The
hate
right-hand
the way
side,
they
all the way in
do
there.
this.
Yep.
16 to 30. Okay, so
Yeah, they're-
now in here, yeah, it's showing.
Okay.
And then what we can do is underneath here, if you wanted, however you want to do it on the user interface, we can show the total, like we can say 1 through 55 in this case.
Yeah.
So they would know like how many, and then we
With
can filter these options down because we can come in here and we can say in here.
The only thing with that,
Choices.
though, before we go further on that one, is that because it's taking that range, it's still limiting. So there's like 2 hotels in Bali. So that automatically is the same problem that we were having. It's automatically filtering and leaving out hotels like on the homepage. Does that make sense? Without them actually applying that filter yet, because sometimes they just want to land on the page and search. So then basically only the hotels that are between like 300 or 200 rooms are going to be shown, and the other ones within 50 and 60 or 50 and 70 are going to be hidden automatically.
Gotcha. So
Now we have 2 hotels, but one is a 20 range and the other is a 50 range. And right now it's only displaying the 50 range because that's the higher one.
okay, so the only way I know to do that is to change. So what we'll do is we'll copy this expression and then we'll come into the filtered here and we'll delete these 2 filters. And then in the condition, we'll say when that drop down, is it just drop down, this one?
Just drop down, yeah.
When the drop down's value is not empty, we'll change the data source to be the original data source. And then when we do that, we go into here and we take the default out. And then we preview. And it's there. It's like not chosen.
Okay.
And so both of them are here because this one isn't. And then as soon as I say 16 to 30, then it
Yeah, okay.
shows me.
And in terms of, because I have it automatically filtering, right, based on the filters, but visually they need a button, which actually I can just add the button and like it won't like I don't even have to plug it in the back end because it automatically filters. But could I also do it where then it triggers the filters? Or would that have to be like a whole back end workflow and I don't filter the group anymore?
Well, what you would do is you would, when they change the value here, you would change states. And then, how would you do it? You can set the filters here. And then when you click the button, it would set the states of the filters that you chose. And then you would filter by the states instead.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So instead of in here in your search for hotels, instead of having everything constrained by the inputs, you would change it to constrained by states instead. And then you would have the button to apply the filters. And when they apply the filters, it would take the input values and put them in the states that then would filter the list.
Okay. But
But still, I do one other, what was that?
I said maybe I just put a button and I don't connect it, like where it's clickable, but it doesn't do anything actually. Because people don't realize, like they're not paying attention, and when they're using it in the beta test, they're like filtering, it's filtering the options, and then they're like, but where do I click to search? And I'm like, but it's already like automatic, and they don't see that. So if I just put a little search button and so like they click it, but really it doesn't. I know it's terrible to say as like a developer, but hey.
Well, but I mean, you've got to make them, yeah, you have to do whatever your users need in order for the UX to make sense to them. So like you could do it where you click a button and it shows the spinner for like 1 second and then it loads the same list and then it stops showing the spinner.
Okay.
But let's filter this so that we are, the constraint is, it's the one that I had here where we do a search for all room count filtered. What did I have in that default value here that it was finding was it do a search for?
I think we have it. Let me see. I might not have. Oh, no. Mine already refreshed. Oh, and we have.
This room
We had
count.
all room count filtered. Options at room count, all options, and then filtered by.
One.
Oh, sorry, did I mess with it? Actually, can you do minimum room count is 5?
I want to
Because-
show just the options where the the rooms are so that they don't see extraneous options that they shouldn't be choosing.
It says we only have like the minimum amount of rooms on our site.
I know how we can do it. Hang on. We're just going to take this out. We're going to do a search for all hotels for the addition location. Addition equals the, what was it? What's the state called?
Region toggle filter.
Region toggle filters clicked.
Display, yeah.
Display. Okay. And then search for hotels there. And then we'll say each item's room count. Each item's room count. And then I don't think that will give us duplicates, but just in case we can say unique elements. And then here, no default. And then that should give us, yeah, just the two options that apply. So they don't see an option here that's going to make it go to 0.
Okay. Oh, okay. Nice. That looks good. Okie dokie. Yeah, that was my
Well,
big thing.
We did it a little differently than the way that you wanted to, but that
No,
is
it
the
worked.
method. The method of the madness.
Work. As long as it works, I'm happy. And it doesn't now because we don't have default value. So I was worried now that the not having a default value was going to give an error, but it didn't. So we're okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Other than that, I still have anything to promise it.
Connie, I'm not certain, but I think I may have deleted the text that originally existed for the bubble index page. The ProNoC. I have no idea where it went. I've undoed all the way to the beginning. It is gone.
What happened?
Well, that is a good guess. Don't know.
I don't even know what you're talking
Here.
about.
Let me go ahead and share my screen real quick.
I'm like, wait, what happened? I don't even know.
I don't know where the text went, Tanya. It's gone.
Oh, it's just stupid. It's
Not sure.
Not you.
I've undone everything, and it's yeah.
I might have done it, and then you wouldn't be able to undo it.
This is probably what happened if I had to guess.
Index. It's there for me. But it still says 326 now because you undid it and it was supposed to be 327.
Oh, there it is. Wow. Oh, that's very silly. Okay.
There, I changed it. We're good.
Perfect. Well, okay. Solve that mystery too. You're on fire.
There we go. Welcome back. Just another day in the bubble world.
Just another day.
It's so funny. I was telling Cameron before we started that we were in no code school earlier and one of the students had a bug and we were looking at it and we're like, I don't know why that's happening. It doesn't make any sense. And then at the very end, like 30 minutes into this bug where the whole class, we're all looking at it, it finally dawned on me that he had probably paused the tasks in his app. I was like, how many times has that pause button gotten me? Like, I've spent wasted hours of my life on that button. But at least we figured it. Bubble being bubble. Bubble being literal. Bubble says, you tell me not to do something, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But you're going to be
telling me to do something, and if it's not exactly what you want me to do, I'm going to do it, but it's not going to be what you want.
Bubble says I refuse to read your mind. So
yeah, it's definitely, it's like we'll give you dynamic inputs, but you need to figure it out.
Yep, pretty much.
Well, I'll let you guys go. I'm going to keep on tinkering in the app today, and then I'll probably see you guys on Friday, my Friday.
All right.
Question that will probably come up.
Sounds good. See you then.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks. You too.
Take care. Sweet. Good work. You aced it. Tanya, I think we should move into after office hours and then take care of your animal.
Yes, exactly. My animal, my cat.
All right. Well, those that are watching, awesome. This is how you filter lists to where only, I guess, really, if those values exist with those constraints, those will be the only ones that show in your drop-down menu. So pretty neat. Thanks for tuning in. You can join us in after office hours, ProNoCoders.com, the developer membership. Until next time, you all have a great one.